We pay our respects to and acknowledge all Indigenous peoples of this earth, past, present and future. We pay our respects and acknowledge First Nations people throughout this land known as Australia. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander elders past, present and future, and all people on this earth past, present and future.
There's an acronym FBUGS that I can share with people that I live, and that's Flaming Bugs, if you want to remember it that way, FBUGS. These are the tips. So F stands for flow. So my life I allow to flow. If you look at nature, we aren't in the dark and suddenly the light is switched on and the daylight's there. It flows. The daylight flows in, and then we flow through the day, it warms up, and then we'll flow into the nighttime. So nature tells us that when we flow into the seasons, we flow. We don't suddenly go from summer to winter, we flow. And our life needs to flow. If your life is one of stop, start, you've got to think, what's going on there? I need to flow. So I flow in my life. I'm pretty cruisy. That doesn't mean there's times I don't paddle hard in the canoe. Sometimes I go really hard, but I'll know that's by choice and I know there's an end point. And then I'll just go back to flowing. So that's flowing. B stands for balance. You need balance in all things. I talked about work-life balance, but you need to think about it, and it's in the book, what are the critical things for my well-being? And I need to balance those things. And another way of looking at it, our old people say you need to hold on to your power. And our power sits in our belly. And it's about how we have control of what we choose to do with our lives. So for instance, food, money, alcohol, sex, spirituality, entertainment, they're all good things, but if we're not careful, we can become consumed by them and they overtake our balance. So let's take alcohol, for instance. The way the old people describe it is, am I having a sip of wine or whatever I like because I'm happy or to make me happy? If I'm doing it because I'm happy, I'm in balance, that's great. If I'm doing it to make me happy, something's out of balance, I need to fix that. Am I on this phone because it's enabling me to add value to my life, to connect, to do something, or I'm doing it because I'm trying to avoid talking to people, or it's just a bad habit? If it's just a bad habit, I'm giving away my power to that. I need to stop that and put it away so I can bring my life back into balance. So that's B for balance. U stands for unity. So what can I do to support unity in my life? I find with all this technological advancement, it's creating greater siloism. So we need to think, okay, rather than text someone, should I call them? Rather than call them, should I go and have coffee with them? We're all getting a little bit lazy about how we nurture relationships. And when we're out to the shops, do I nod at someone and just smile? I remember Christmas Eve 1 year ago, my wife and I went to the shops at 6 a.m. to beat all the rush. And I was the only husband smiling. There were all these other husbands walking up and down the aisle. Like they were about to be shot in the front of the firing squad. Whereas I loved it. It was early morning and I love shopping because I love cooking and I love eating.
I'll quote this: you've got a strong affection and warmth for travel, food, walking country, sports, movies, riding and hot baths. Oh, I've got a lot of notes on you, Paul. I did a lot of research from your book.
You know me more than me. So create unity, and also unity with country and unity with other things. So that's unity. Then G stands for gratitude. We've talked about gratitude. So have gratitude. And then S stands for story. So treasure your story, but also make the effort to learn about other people's stories. When you look at global warming, what that's about is, from an Aboriginal perspective, we were scientific. We needed truth, but it didn't control our life. Scientific methodology sat within a broader framework of arts and story. Story is about generating knowledge and truth. And so our old people knew the land and knew how to care for the land. And so we need to look at the truth in terms of global warming and saying, there is truth here. What are we going to do about it? Because it's not good. We've got to turn that around. And so that's about understanding the story of the land. When we have all these floods, the floods up in the North Coast region, an elder told me recently, he was up there when he was a boy and an old fellow pointed to a tree and said, see the top of that tree? That mark there were the floods way back before Jesus was around. They're going to come back. We need to listen to those stories. So that's FBUGS. That's flow, balance, unity, gratitude, and story. They're automatic because I've been living them for so long now.